set a goal of manifesting $1,500, and I took my inner children on a whimsical adventure, and within 48 hours, I manifested $1,900. And an amazing client who I absolutely love working with. And so I'm going to show you the meditation journey that I went on so you can do it with your inner children as well, and a few other money mindset reframes that I did some teachings on. So the video is like 20 minutes long, but if you walk yourself through its entirety, it's going to shift things with your finances and your abundance, prosperity mindset. There's no difference between $50 and $1,500. That's the conversation I was having with my inner children earlier. Oh, you can see my post back there in the reflection. I received several $50 payments yesterday for readings that I'm going to be doing for persons. And today I said, you know what? I'm going to bring in $1,500. I have so many avenues that it can come to me through my business, or somebody can call me and gift me with $1,500. I literally had somebody do that the other day with $700. I could get a check in the mail. I could get a rebate. But sometimes we're equating one value over the other when numbers aren't even real. That's something we as humans have quantified for time, money, or value. But when you look on a quantum scale, that doesn't mean anything. That's what you are creating in your mind, or we have as a collective. But it's as easy to manifest $50 as it is $1,500, especially when you can work with your imagination of, oh, look, these are all the multitude of ways that it can come to me. Like, get real magical and whimsical with it. Because you just literally never know. That's the fun thing about life. It's full of surprises. And I wanted to share this today because that really did help my inner children see finances in a different perspective of, baby, numbers are just a made up thing. And actually $1,500, if you have a lot of avenues for it to reach you, might even be easier. I have mentorships, sessions, programs, not devaluing the ones that I have for lower ticket, but my higher ticket ones, people are going to get a much bigger investment back for themselves with those, because we are investing a lot more time and energy with one another and understandings. So I said, that's even easier. So I wanted to share that with you in case you want to do that exercise with your inner children and say, baby, the numbers don't even mean anything at all. Okay, it's how we feel in our self-concept and what we are capable of. Let's invest some time together coming up with all of these wild, fun scenarios that could happen for us today. Let's call them in. Let's co-create them with one another. You have ever manifested money before? Doesn't matter if it's $25, $100, $1,000, $10,000, if it was a gift, a donation, if you got it from your job. You manifested that. It doesn't matter where it came from. It circulated into your field. Oftentimes we are pedestalizing money, and that ends up pushing it away from us. We're making it more important than ourselves, and we are the source of it in the first place. It's energy that is channeling through us, magnetizing to us. So I want you to think about that amount that you have manifested in the past, add a 0 to it, and just say, it's just another 0. It's just another 0. That is going to alleviate the pressure that you are feeling. It's going to make it more easily attainable. Numbers are arbitrary things. That's very 3D. And when you use your imagination like that and say, it's just another 0, it makes it feel so less pressurized. If I did it before, I can do it again. That's your evidence from the past. We're going to add a 0. It's just another 0. We're about to do a money manifestation exercise together. This is one that I'm about to do with my inner children, so I thought I would come on and share. I have a goal of receiving $1,500 today. So you pick whatever number that is for you. Something that's not going to be really overwhelming for your central nervous system, but you're like, oh, okay, I could do that. So the number that you want to manifest. What we're going to do before we get into the exercise, we're going to listen to the theme song of the Magic School Bus. Hop on the Magic School Bus. So that way it pulls that inner child energy up in our field. Then we're going to pretend that we are Miss Frizzle or Mr. Frizzle or whatever your pronouns are. And in your imagination, I want you to go inside of the bus and look around at the seats. There are 18 seats available. Those are for your inner children, ages 1 to 18. So there's 18 seats, technically 19 because you're driving the bus. So 18 children plus you. So let's say that you're manifesting $1,500 like me. You could receive that one check for you, or each one of your inner children also get $1,500. We love to multiply. And then we're going to go around and we are going to ask each one of them, what are you going to do with your money? Or if they're not sure what they would do with it, you can ask different types of questions. How does it feel to have this money? What does it feel like? I asked one of mine earlier and they said rainbow colored sprinkles. I thought that was so cute. Or you can say, if this money was a cartoon character, who would it be? What we're doing in this activity is helping them see that money is easily accessible and there's enough for everybody. There's an abundance. It's fun. It's whimsical. It's an enjoyable experience. And this is going to get you feeling really good. And that's going to re-pattern a lot of your neural connections and your subconscious. And it's going to make them feel seen, heard, and validated because they're included in this manifestation exercise with you. And remember to ask yourself as well, not just the inner children, what are you going to do with it? What does it feel like to you? If it was a cartoon character, who would it be? I would suggest getting out a piece of paper and writing 1 through 18 for your inner children, and then 19 for you as Miss Frizzle. Listing out all of the things that they share with you. And then throughout the day, you can keep on reminding them, oh, we already went on our magic school bus. Remember, we already decided what we're doing with all of it. It's going to be amazing. Or you can go into your imagination and actually experience those things with them. It's real up here. Okay, that's when you see it out here, in here first. And so you might be thinking, oh, well, I have to wait to get it to do all these things with them. No. If one of them wants to buy a giant stuffed frog to hop around on, I could do that in your imagination with them. I just did a super fun money manifestation exercise with my inner children, and I want to share it with you in case you want to do it with yours. So I was pretending that I was Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus cartoon. Hop on the Magic School Bus. I listened to the song before I did this exercise to pull up that inner child energy. And I imagined that there was 19 seats on the bus for each of my inner children, 1 through 19. And then the 20th seat was for me as the adult, Miss Frizzle. And I had a big goal of receiving $1,500 a day for me. But what prompted me to do this exercise in the first place, and that can be however much you want to receive, I said, can we make this a co-collaborative experience with my inner children? So they see money as something that's fun and whimsical and adventurous. And instead of just one check, all 20 of us are getting one. So that shows them that there is abundance for everyone. Okay, them, me, and you. And so I thought it'd be fun to go through all of the answers that my inner children gave when I asked them, what do you want to do with your money? Not like, what would you want to do? No, you have it. Because in order to pull in something in the 3D, you've got to experience it up here. You are the creator. That is actually what is bringing it into fruition. And so if you do it with multiple people, it's creating an energetic vortex. It's amplifying it. And that can be with your inner children. Okay, so everybody's getting really hyped and excited and seeing money through new lenses. So we're going to go through these together. And then you can ask your inner children if they want these as well. So my 1-year-old said that they want a giant bubble machine. Bubbles everywhere. Little ones, big ones, just those kind that you can buy on like the TikTok shop you see sometimes. There's just like thousands of bubbles everywhere. And they said rainbows and more colors. And I said, okay, what do you mean by that? And they said just colors everywhere. I have a very colorful
home. I mean, I wear a lot of colorful clothes and makeup, and my hair is colorful, so they're like, more of that. And, bubbles can be colorful as well when they're in the sunlight. My 2-year-old showed me a spatula, and what they meant by that was a kitchen cooking set. My son had one when he was little, and then I ended up rehoming it with somebody who had a small child. But we used to have so much fun playing with him. So they wanted to get a kitchen set with a whole bunch of different food, specifically a banana. And that's one that my son liked playing with the most. My 3-year-old asked if we could dress up for Halloween. I was not allowed to celebrate Halloween as a child because of religious stuff, but I have celebrated it with my son, and that was so healing for my inner child to have him dress up. But they were like, I want you to dress up, and I said, okay, I can do that. And then they started asking me if I could get costumes to wear, like nurse outfits, a witch, a fairy. And I said, oh yeah, that sounds super fun. And what they meant by that, because they were showing me pictures of me creating content, because so much of what I talk about is inner child healing, that I can create fun adventures like guided meditations and activations with the costumes on to make it even more whimsical. And I said, oh, love. My 4-year-old wants a giant beanbag chair, like those massive ones that you see that like 3 or 4 people could fit on, and like jumping into it. And they want a wagon to carry our dog Daisy around in. She can walk, but she's getting a little up there. So, hold on, she's right here. She's taking a nap. But she's getting a lot of up there. So when I'm walking all the dogs together, we can put her in the wagon. I said, oh, that's so sweet. For my 5-year-old, they want to take a class on bugs. I wanted to be an entomologist at one point when I was a child. I just love bugs. They want to get bug figurines to put all over the house. And they asked if we could go to a bug museum. And then I looked one up in the USA, and the biggest one is in Colorado, and it has 7,000 different types of bugs. And I said, oh my God, that sounds so fun. My 6-year-old wants light up shoes, a light up jacket, and fun sunglasses. And they were pulling on when I was going to a lot of raves and music festivals, and I had all of those things. They're like, we want more of that. So I said, okay, me too. Swag. My 7-year-old wanted overalls. I had some as a kid that had a Tweety bird on it. They're very cute. And I said, yeah, we can get all kinds of overalls. And they want to go back to Disney World. We had so much fun there. I was about that age when we went, and then I took my son when he was maybe like 10, but they're like, oh, we want to go back. And I said, okay. My 8-year-old wants coloring books. I used to love coloring as a child. And I said, well, what kind do you want to get? And they said, My Little Pony. And they want new crayons and stickers that they can put on the coloring pages. My 9-year-old said that they wanted mashed potatoes. And I said, okay. They're like, I just love mashed potatoes. I said, same. They want a caboodle. If you remember those from back in the 90s, they're like the big, like colorful plastic containers that have different levels. When you open it up, you can put makeup and jewelry and what have you in there. I had one as a kid. They want to get a pool, like to swim in at our dream home, a donut float to float around in, and to have a pool party for everyone. My 10-year-old wants makeup, glitter, sparkles, jewelry, gems, and nail polish. My 11-year-old wants hermit crabs. My son had hermit crabs when he was really little, and we loved them so much. So a tank, decorations. They want 4 of them, like I had when my son was little, and stickers to put on the tank. My 12-year-old wants a Mick Jagger poster that has the UK flag and giving rock energy. They also want to take drum lessons. My son has an electronic drum set, and I have been wanting to start playing, and they want to get drum lessons. And eventually like a regular drum set. We have an electronic one now, but they want like a loud one. My 13-year-old wants Lizzie McGuire inspired clothes, accessories, orange Crocs, orange platform Crocs. They're very cute, and they look like Lizzie McGuire would wear them, and bandanas like she wears. My 14-year-old said something really interesting. She wants to gift her money to a teenager or a young adult who wants to start a cleaning business, because I did that when I was younger for like my family members and their friends, and they said they want to start another girly up for success, and I said, oh, that's so sweet, I love that. My 15-year-old wants a nose piercing, an alien tattoo on my arm, cool hats, and skater clothes like Avril Lavigne, because I used to be obsessed with her. I wanted my whole entire wardrobe to look like hers. My 16-year-old wants a disco ball for our car to hang in the rearview mirror, because I had one in my second car when I was 16. And then she wants to go on a cruise to the Bahamas and go snorkeling. My 17-year-old wants a lamb chop stuffed doll, because I used to love that show when I was little, and she was like, oh, it reminds me of like nostalgia. And a new computer, like a Y2K inspired looking computer. My 18-year-old wants a sound system throughout the house for the EDM music that we listen to, vibey lights all around the house, jungle vibes, tons of plants, and aqua colored walls. My 19-year-old wants more books, and I asked her if she wants a bookshelf, and she said no, because we don't ever end up keeping our books. I don't reread something. Like, once I read it, kind of like a TV show, like, that's it. This is like True Blood or something. Like, I really enjoy like Naruto. But once I read a book, I love rehoming it. Like, I'll find a person that's kind of an energetic match. And then she asked me for a nightlight reader, like a little light you can put on your book so you can see when it's nighttime. And so this was so fun. It made me feel so good. And we were all experiencing this together in my imagination in real time. And I said, how fun is money? It creates the space for us to go on these adventures together and just enjoy each other's company, lift and support other people up in life. Like, it's a vibe. And so I wanted to share this in case you want to do an exercise like this with your inner children.